Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. I apologize. I think the lighting, I think I have too much lighting in the room this morning. I got to do a little adjustment. I just did not have time. So sorry about that. I'm going to have to, again, adjust the lighting as the morning goes on here, first break. So there is the phone number and the social media way, all the social media ways you can follow the show. Hold on, let me get my collar. Let's see if I'm straightened out here. So, there's 3 hours of my life I cannot get back, right? Did you watch the Democrat debate last night? 12 candidates. It's so interesting that the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media continues to turn and move this process for Democrats in the way that they would wish for it to go. Now, we have already found out, which we've known for how long now, CNN is so corrupt. They are. MSNBC is right there with them. But Project Veritas, which if you get a chance to watch, is starting to release videos that are showing just absolute corruption from CNN and right from the top, President Zucker there. Anyhow, the credibility last night. I mean, I think if we really get into saving our democracy and the crisis in this country and the obligation we have, I mean, you hear these candidates, it's our obligation, it's the Constitution. If we don't do this, anyhow, if it was all about that, why did somebody just not go? Right? Well, you got to flip a coin. The corruption of CNN and how they're deciding who the candidate will be, and the direction that the Democrat nomination for candidate to be to run on the Democrat ticket, being a part of that corruption. You would think like a candidate would say, you would say to yourself, I guess I better go. Now, Tulsi Gabbard, and I want to talk about this just for a minute, because again, that's 3 hours we will not get back in our life. Watching that last night from Ohio. But pull up number 2. Now, obviously, this did not happen. But Tulsi considers boycotting the debate, all right, Gabbard. She was on the very end. And in fact, she was on the end, and the newcomer, okay, Steyer was one notch in, and they gave him a couple minutes, and that was it. But as you can see here on number 2, I am seriously considering boycotting October 15th debate to bring attention to the DNC corrupt media effort to rig the 2020 primary, not against Bernie this time, but against the voters in the early states like Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. So if you can, I sent an article that has that video in there. If you could get that video and play it for me, I'd appreciate it. Let's go with that.
I want to thank all of you so much for your support. I need to share something with you that's very important. There are so many of you who I've had the opportunity to meet in Iowa and New Hampshire who've expressed to me how frustrated you are that the DNC and the corporate media are essentially trying to usurp your role as voters in choosing who our Democratic nominee will be. I share your concerns, and I'm sure that all of our supporters throughout the country do as well. Now, the 2016 Democratic primary election was rigged by the DNC and their partners in the corporate media against Bernie Sanders. In this 2020 election, the DNC and the corporate media are rigging the election again, but this time it's against the American people in the early voting states of Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. They're attempting to replace the roles of voters in the early states using polling and other arbitrary methods, which are not transparent or democratic, and they're holding so-called debates, which really are not debates at all. but rather commercialized reality television meant to entertain rather than to inform or enlighten. So in short, the DNC and the corporate media are trying to hijack the entire election process. So in order to bring attention to this serious threat to our democracy and to ensure that your voice is heard, I'm seriously considering boycotting the next debate on October 15th. I'm going to announce my decision within the next few days, but I just want to say with my deepest and warmest aloha, thank you all again for your support.
Okay, so obviously she did not boycott the debate, but last night CNN chose to boycott her. Okay. Let me show you one other thing. And I want to get into this because that's what I find, I don't want to say most interesting. Look at number 45. Okay. So Morning Joe. All right. And the only reason I'm showing this right here is, hey, look, coming up on Morning Joe, Beto O'Rourke, Pete Buttigieg, Senator Cory Booker, Senator Kamala Harris, and Senator Amy Klobuchar. Now, where is Tulsi Gabbard this morning on MSNBC? She didn't get invited, all right? I thought last night, and I think it's interesting, and I want to talk about that a little more as the morning goes on, how, let me see, give me number, okay, give me number 8, all right? Now, number 8 here, okay, let's go with that. This was the screen for the most part last night. Now, I have to agree, I don't agree with her policies or certain comments that Tulsi Gabbard makes, but there's 2 women on the stage that, okay, when it comes to the 12 candidates, I don't know how you frame who you would vote for. So I don't know how to ask you, like, if it came down to it, who would you vote for in these 12 candidates? If these are the 12 candidates you have, you don't have Donald J. Trump, you don't have Mitt Romney, right? You don't have any other candidate. These are the 12. The world's about to end and you have no choice but to vote for one of these 12. Or 1 or 2. Who do you pick? Now, for me, it's a coin toss between Tulsi Gabbard, okay, and Amy Klobuchar, okay? Now, if we have to sit and have, Amy Klobuchar last night, we'll get to her, said, ask Elizabeth Warren. She's asking these people, the American people want to know who gets the invoice. Exactly. Because somebody pays the bill. And that's what the American people want to know. Elizabeth Warren cannot answer. Bernie Sanders just comes right out and says, yes, I'm going to take your money and pay the bills. Okay. But look at this picture here. And not a vote has been cast. Now, Tulsi Gabbard is correct. The DNC last time picked your nominee, okay? And this time they're going to move things and take it away from the American people, the choice. So some people say, what if Mayor Pete Buttigieg wins Iowa, has a good ground game? What if they go to New Hampshire and Elizabeth Warren wins New Hampshire, and then they go to South Carolina and Joe Biden wins South Carolina and Bernie wins nothing? What if? But keep in mind, not one vote. Now, if I'm a Democrat this morning, oh my God, there's a lot of prayers going out for you this morning if you are. But I say that just relax. If you're in the Democrat Party and you're saying it's time you make a decision on who your candidate is, you need to do what we did. And you probably don't want to hear me make suggestions, but you need to do what we did in the Republican Party. We said no. Now, here's the difference, okay? Remember those debates with Donald Trump? First of all, They were happening at a time when votes were being cast, number one. They were part of the actual primary. I mean, we're still, what, is it May of next year or not, or March or somewhere? We're still months away from a vote being cast. And was that debate number 4? And they're down to 12? Parallel this large field with the large field of Republicans and see the difference here. See how it's all been set up to lead Democrats to believe, Democrat voters to believe there's a choice. Every bit of this has been set up for you to believe that you're going to make the decision if you're a Democrat out there. And it's the furthest thing from the truth. And Tulsi Gabbard tells you that it's totally, it's the corrupt media, okay? Corporate media, she called them out, and the DNC. And last night they boycotted her big time, all right? But not one vote has been cast, and they're already changing around the front runner. Now, Elizabeth Warren is the front runner today. We heard Elizabeth. Now, Bernie almost had a second heart attack because he thought once Joe stumbled and mumbled and bumbled, and once somebody else brought out all of the corruption and scandals Joe's involved in, that he would move into that front runner spot. But he didn't. Everybody said Elizabeth last night. They're moving her into Joe's spot. I tell you every day, last night should have confirmed it. Joe Biden is done now, and he has never been a political opponent. Now, the media will use his exit when he does. Joe has money. He can stick in there and see what kind of votes he's going to get. But Joe's finished, and they will use his exit if and when it happens because of Donald Trump and Zelensky and Ukraine and a phone call. All right, we'll get to that. All right, but Bernie Sanders. Last night to me, let me say the nicest thing I possibly can and get it over with. Bernie, I am glad that you're recovering from your heart attack. I really am. Actually, Bernie, I got an ounce of respect, although I do know you're a capitalist pig, right? From the Democrat side, you're nothing but a capitalist pig wanting to sell books, and you're a multi-millionaire capitalist that you're playing a socialist role on TV and you're raking in the money. All right? But I just got a shred of respect for the fact that you do level up and say that there's going to be a bill to pay. See, when Amy Klobuchar asked you, Senator from Minnesota, who gets the invoice, you actually tell the American people who gets the invoice. Elizabeth Warren didn't tell us who gets the invoice. And last night, we're going to go into this. This is, yes, Adam Schiff is having impeachment inquiry behind closed door. Adam Schiff does not feel the American people deserve to know what's going on in the impeachment inquiry. You don't need to know. They will do the investigation. They will come out from behind closed doors and manipulate and tell you they found something, and then they will have a vote trying to impeach the president of the United States, and you don't need to see anything. There you go. That's his opinion. All right. And they're serious about it. Pelosi's moving forward. They will not have an impeachment inquiry vote, and we've talked about that. We'll go into it again. But last night, let's go with this. Give me number 54. Okay. And I never did any kind of segment on number 54. I didn't do anything on it because of I read this, I followed it, but by the time it got to where I may do a segment, I thought it was old news. It's done and over with. But last night it closed the debate. Now we will get into the fact that they did not talk climate control. We will get into the fact that they want to take your guns. We will get into the fact that they want to take your option of your health care away. They want to take it away, as you know it. And the socialist that they are. But we'll get into impeachment, all the above. But last night they closed. No immigration, no climate change, with the Ellen DeGeneres George Bush, W. Bush. Now, went to a football game, didn't go together. They were in the box. So I'm going to guess, I've not looked into this. I did not read an article. I could care less. Okay. Now, I have been given the opportunity to attend a football game in a private box. NFL. I've been given that opportunity. And I've showed up at the box not knowing who was going to be on the guest list and who would be in the box. Now, obviously, George W. Bush, the former president of the United States, knew who would be in the box. I'm going to assume this is Jerry Jones's box, it's the owner's box, and people get invited. So these two just happen to go down front and sit together and say hello to each other. And they're caught in a snapshot where they actually look like they're laughing and smiling. And that ended the Democrat debate. And the Democrats had to go on the spot to try to say they met a Republican they actually like. We'll talk about that when we return. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let me try to see if I can change the lighting in the room a little bit. And we'll be right back after these short messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
All right, folks, I dialed back a little of the lighting. I'm still having a little issue in this room. I had to move indoors yesterday because it's cold outside, and I have some lights in here. I'm going to dial them back again in the next break. So I'm sorry about that. Best I can do right now. There is the phone number in the social media way you can follow the show. So, all right, last night they opened up the debate, okay, with allowing Joe Biden to say he was proud of his son. He was a proud papa, and he was proud of. He didn't have a problem with what Hunter did. So they gave. Let's see. They opened up with making sure everybody went on the record that Donald Trump needs impeached. All right. So yesterday, give me number one. We know Hunter Biden went on an exclusive ABC interview, and I want to talk about this for a minute because I always like to, in this show, break down what the media is trying to do to cover for Democrats and cover for their corruption. They cover daily for their corruption in America. So this is number one. This is a very corrupt man, and it's in the book right here in front. I don't know if you can see the book. This is a corrupt man. His name's Hunter Biden. If you're new to the show, and if you live under a rock, sorry to say that, and you just got out from under the rock, this guy is Joe Biden's son. 50,000. We'll just go with the $50,000 a month job from Burisma Holdings, a natural gas company in the Ukraine. So after they got done last night, his vice president dad, Joe Biden, after they got done last night, going through the, and let me see if I have one here. It won't take but a second. But after they got done last night going through, do you think Donald Trump should be impeached? Then we went right to, and hang tight, the Ukraine. Now, let me say this. Okay, I want to get into the impeachment in a minute, but I want to stay with Hunter Biden and what they're trying to spin today, okay? Because the impeachment is not what they're trying to spin. They're doing that. But did you notice out of 12 candidates, did you actually have a candidate that specifically looked at the camera and specifically gave the crime, said this is the crime, this is the specific crime, or this is exactly. Now they yell loud enough, obstruction of justice. They yelled at the president and Rudy Giuliani and others, Mark Esper and Russ Vought. They say this is obstruction of justice withholding these documents, but they won't hold an impeachment referendum on Donald Trump. They will not do it. But let's just say this. So last night out of 12 candidates, did you hear a one? Just give me one that actually specifically boiled down and said, we need to impeach Donald J. Trump because on this day he did this, and on this day he did this, and it's very clear that's an obstruction of our Constitution. He must be impeached and removed. Not one. Not one. We'll get into that. But Hunter Biden, leave him up there, number 7. I think you still have him there. I don't know if I have something. Let me see what I have. Leave him up there. I thought I had Joe Biden last night getting a question about Hunter, his little boy, but I will let me get that. Let's see here. Okay, number 51. All right. The reason I want to go with this again, I want to put out the narrative ABC, what ABC is going to try to do, because what they did yesterday is they brought Hunter out to look like he has done nothing any different than any other famous billionaire or elected official's son or daughter. Hunter's just like the rest. You could trust Joe Biden, and you need to get rid of this because, see, even if Joe is not the candidate, you do realize this cannot linger for Democrats, period. Okay, this corruption scandal, which it is. Americans, when you see polling data that says 51% of Americans want Donald Trump, the inquiry to go forward on impeachment, 46% want him impeached and removed. No polling. You never turn on a channel and it's got that big graphic that I show you in the morning that says Americans think that Hunter and Joe Biden are corrupt. Where's the question? Where is the Marist Monmouth poll? Where is the Quinnipiac poll? Where are the polls? Now, you can't get mad at the pollster, even though polls are inaccurate, because they take an order, they get paid. So a research group will call CNN, MSNBC, Fox, whoever it may be. They will call a company that does polls and they will say, we want to do a poll on this subject here. Here are the questions we would like to have asked, and here we'd like to see the data within this time period. And we'd like the sample to be 2,000, and we'd like the sample to be this many of this and this many of that. And that's what they'll do. It's like an order. I swear to God, you can laugh at me if you want, but these pollsters is like going to the deli and taking an order, okay? What do you want this? How deep do you want to drill into this? How close do you want to come to being accurate? I swear to God, if you were to call right now, how close would you like to be being accurate in your poll, right? So it's like taking that, deli plate for the Christmas party order over there, and you're checking things off. So once you do that, you release a Quinnipiac poll, and they just did what was asked of them. So the same goes for Joe Biden and Hunter. Can you text me? Sorry about that. Can you text me or email me anywhere where there's a Monmouth poll or this poll or a USA Today something poll or a CNN poll, Fox poll, which we know was inaccurate last week, that says how many of the American people want to see an investigation into Joe Biden and Hunter Biden? Right? Now we know why Adam Schiff will not do a public impeachment inquiry. We know that because if Republicans would get a different set of rules to work by, as they are now, like not involved, and get some subpoenas they can hand out, you may see Hunter. You may see Joe. You may see some that do not want to come before the impeachment inquiry because you get to call your witnesses. They don't want to do that. So there's no polling data on this whatsoever. Okay. Did Biden make a mistake? This is the question. Did Biden make a mistake by letting his son serve on the board of a Ukrainian firm while he was vice president? Did he make a mistake? You see, I know sometimes on the show that I push things to a direction that you don't want to go. The key word in there is mistake. Do you know how many criminals are going to go before the judge and say, I made a mistake? Yeah. I mean, is a defense a mistake? Can you go in to a courtroom and enter your defense as being a mistake? Can you? Maybe you can. Don't know. But the question from CNN is, did Biden make a mistake by letting son serve? by letting son serve on the board of a Ukrainian firm. If president, would Biden change the law and make it to where no family member could serve or do business in any foreign country? Now, the book right here, get the book and read it. So they gave Joe an opportunity and they set it up for today. This is how corrupt they are, because they get it ready for the next day. So ABC, you think it's a coincidence that ABC airs Hunter Biden saying, I made a mistake. Yeah, I probably got the job because my last name is Biden. They're flipping through the resumes. Here's what happened. They were flipping through the resumes. Hunter Biden, wonder if he is.
Did you know that back in my day?
Sorry about that. They say, Hunter Biden, wonder if he's the same Hunter Biden that's related to Vice President of the United States, Joe. Wonder if. Pull that resume out. Call him. Get some references on him. That's how CNN has set it up. That's how ABC set it up yesterday. A child of the former vice president made a mistake. Now, this morning, I'm hearing, get to the point through here. This morning, okay, we're actually, MSNBC, the attack, what they're trying to do, all right? You got 51 there. Did he make a mistake? Let's go to 52, okay? Now, number 52 is on October 9th, 2006. This is MSNBC this morning. Larry King live on CNN in 2006. Supposedly Donald Trump, well, he is, because I listened to the video, is telling Larry King he likes nepotism. He likes it, okay? Number 53, that's why I'm going with this. You want to see this. Number 53, the Washington Post this morning. The Trump's war for nepotism. So Hunter made a mistake. Son of Joe. Joe's vice president. Hunter gets a $50,000 a year job from Ukrainian gas company. Very corrupt oligarch running the place. I didn't know the guy who was running the place was corrupt. He worked down the hall. I mean, we just saw him every once in a while at the coffee pot. So I didn't know he was corrupt. Really. I mean, the picture they're trying to paint. So anyhow, back in 2009, Ivanka Trump admitted to ABC News that she benefited from nepotism. I believe that, of course, nepotism got me in the door. I'd be silly to say otherwise. So they're trying to turn Joe Biden's son Hunter into nothing more than nepotism. They're trying to turn a phone call from the President of the United States with President Zelensky of Ukraine, who has said that there was no pressure, there was no quid pro quo, okay? There was nothing, but they're trying to turn that phone call into an impeachable offense and remove him. But they're trying to spin Hunter Biden and Joe as little boy. ABC did their job yesterday. CNN did their job last night. And now the media is doing their job this morning, Washington Post. And they're trying to spin it as it was nothing but nepotism. They saw Hunter's name on the application, knew it was Joe. He said, you know, I probably did get the job because of my dad. And we just flew over there. I had a job interview, so we flew over together. And then in China, I had another job interview. So I said, Dad, are you going to China? You think it's silly, but that's exactly the way they're trying to spin it. Now, this morning, Ivanka, I'd be silly to say otherwise. So I'm going to talk about the Trump kids in just a second. Okay, let's go to number 55. Oh, they're all doing it this morning. They got to get rid of this, and this is their way to do it, the corrupt media. And Tulsi Gabbard told you it was all corrupt and set up. Trump in 2006 interview with Larry King, I like nepotism. All right, so we just saw Ivanka. We don't hear much about Tiffany, right? Ivanka, there is Eric and Don Jr., all right? And here's a campaign event, or here is something where at a campaign event where in number 56, Eric, okay. So supposedly yesterday, Eric went on something, was it a campaign event or whatever? It said that Hunter Biden, okay, his corruption over there in Ukraine, my words, but they're highlighting the nepotism side of this, okay? And let me go with one more, and then I want to make my statement on this and get away from it for a little bit. We may come back. Okay, number 50. All right, 50. Roni, is it Roni or Rona? All right. It used to say Romney McDaniel. This is true, it did. But, okay, she sent out a tweet. She's the chair of the GOP. Let me get this straight. Hunter Biden got $50K a month from a Ukrainian energy company despite having zero experience in energy. His justification, what is that? That he was also on the board of Amtrak, more obvious nepotism. If that's not the swamp, I don't know what is. So Roni McDaniel, which is a Romney, they are claiming only has her job because she is a Romney. And because she's a Romney and Trump doesn't like her, she's no longer allowed to use Romney in her name as GOP chairwoman. This is all spinning around all the news cycles this morning. Nepotism. She actually used the word nepotism. Now, let me do this, okay? Destiny, let's take a short break. Don't go there yet. Wait for me to say it. Let's take a break. We have set up Hunter Biden. And let's try to explain this in a minute. So you got McDaniel there, GOP chair. Let's go with number 56. Okay. The Trump children. 55. The Trump children. 53, a statement Ivanka Trump made. Remember, Ivanka Trump said, I'd be silly to say otherwise. It got me through the door. Okay. Got me through the door. And then we have none other than number 52. This is Donald Trump in 2006 saying nepotism. He liked nepotism. And here is Joe Biden, number 51. Did Biden make a mistake by letting his son serve on the board of Ukraine firm while he was vice president? Did he make a mistake? Okay. And then give me number one, where poor little Hunter Biden is explaining to ABC yesterday how he probably in hindsight wasn't a good idea to take $1.5 billion from the Chinese. Probably in hindsight wasn't a good idea to be on any of these boards. Probably in hindsight, I don't think he says this, it wasn't a good idea probably after my brother Bo Bice died of brain cancer, to feel that, hey, my wife, I think I'll get rid of her and take Bo's wife. It wasn't a good idea for me to do the cocaine in the military and get kicked out with a dishonorable discharge. And then the next night or somewhere close to that, I went to a basketball game with Barack and my dad, and they said, don't feel down, little Hunter. We can get you a job using our nepotism in the Ukraine, making $50,000 a month. You'll bounce right back. Okay? That's the media spin. But nepotism with the Trump children, the Daniels GOP chairwoman, okay? Let's talk about nepotism when we come back and what the difference is that you need to look at in the media today than did little Hunter, make a mistake. Take us to break. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. I'm sorry that the picture is not adjusted this morning. Yesterday, it seemed like Destiny, we had it adjusted pretty well. And I know that's not on your end in the studio. It's here on my end. So we're sorry that not getting a clear picture this morning, but we're powering through. We do have it going there. There is the phone number that you can text me, and also the social media, all the social media ways that you can follow the show. Now, let me say this. We ended there, and it's the same segment as before, but what we're going to do now, we're going to, let me just clear this up. We talked nepotism at the beginning of the show. We talked impeachment. We let Tulsi Gabbard tell you in her own words why this is corrupt. The DNC, it's corrupt. It's all a sham. How do you get a front runner? Now, yes, we will talk about Elizabeth. Now, there's things that I know other people, they sensationalize. Okay, the other media sensationalizes, and they come right out of the box, and they're breaking down. If you're over at switching over to Fox, and they're breaking down the fact that Elizabeth Warren won't answer, we're trillions of dollars. We've got time. Okay, we got time. What we have to deal with on a daily basis, or what I like to deal with, is knowing what the media is doing, okay, and how they're trying to cover things up, because we have a battle in front of us right now, tomorrow, and all through the 2020 election cycle, if we're going to win back the House of Representatives, and if we're going to maintain the White House and keep the Senate, okay? So what I'm getting at is, the media continues to tell you who the front runner is through phony polling. There's no polling data whatsoever on what the American people, or I'm not seeing it. There's no polling data on, see, Fox could reach out. And let me say this. Let's just put Ivanka up, number 53 for a minute. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's put Hunter Biden up. Let's keep him focused. Sorry, Destiny. So Fox could have ordered a poll last week. Maybe they did, and I haven't seen it yet, and it hasn't come across my social media blast of all of my radical friends that would tell me just like that. I mean, something happens on social media, my radical right friends, and I call them that. Hey, you can call them what you want. I would know in a minute. Fox ordered a poll trying to identify that 51% of people polled wanted the president impeached and removed from office. All of these networks can order a poll, but they won't. The impeachment. Remember when Zucker said, stay on impeachment? Remember when the president of CNN, Zucker, said, stay on impeachment? Project Veritas caught that. You gotta realize, CNN's the one that got caught. He is the one that got caught in the Tuesday morning roundup phone call, which is not uncommon in the newsrooms with higher ups. He's the one that got caught. But that same narrative with NBC, ABC, CBS, stay with impeachment. They all have the opportunity to order a poll and say, hey, we want to know how the American people feel about Biden. We want to know how American people feel. Is it corrupt? And we want to know why Hunter Biden got $50,000 a month in a field that he didn't have a degree for. I mean, you know, every time I pick up the Help Wanted, the old-fashioned Help Wanted, and I see those nuclear scientist ads like, we're looking for, I keep wanting to fill them out, but I just don't think I could go do the job. Every time I see one of those ads that says, you know, they want something specific that I have no idea, I keep wanting to go try it. I want to call them up and say, at least I want to try it. And do you not know who my dad is? Right? So there's no polling data on how corrupt this is. The media is trying to turn it into a mistake. Hunter Biden went and did an interview saying I made a mistake. And now the media this morning is trying to turn it into nepotism. Let me explain something here. Let's go with the tweet. and I'm not going to put the time into it. This is where I want you to do the research because this is what you have to do. Nepotism is real. Okay? It's real. So what happens is there are family businesses all across this country, and this may not be the specific thing that took place in these families, but maybe close to it. There's small businesses all across the United States of America that have a playpen in them, a crib. In a back room, there's a playpen, there's a crib. The owner, okay, brings the baby to work. The husband and wife work in the business together, and they bring the children. All across America, there's kids getting off the school bus in front of their parents' office. Maybe a real estate agent, maybe a retailer, maybe an office building, I don't know, an accounting firm. All across this country, right? All across this country, there's kids working in businesses or working towards something every single day that is family-driven, a direction that their family's in. It happens every day. Okay? Now, my father started a construction business in 1962. 1962. And this morning, my sister, which is the chairwoman, I'll call her the chairwoman of the Northampton County Republican Committee, Gloria Lee Snover, is going to go down this morning and run that business. Okay? So Donald Trump, daughter, my dad, daughter, my sister's going to go run that business this morning. She knows how to. Actually, since 1960, a good portion of the office was always in our home. So we got up in the morning, we lived it. We got up in the morning, we went out in the garage. We took our garage and turned it into the construction company office where we would bid blueprints and have company meetings and keep some material in there. That's happening all over the United States. There's kids all over the United States learning. They're going to work with their dad every single day or their mom, and they're learning because it's the family business. You can't get away from that. So they actually learn and understand and work in the business that actually has produced something in their field. What was Joe's family business? So let's get to that. Joe Biden, what was his family business? Huh? What was it? I don't know. Has Joe Biden ever been anything really other than a politician, his career? What did Hunter do to follow in his dad's footsteps? Now, research these people. Research Joe. Don't wait for the media. See what he did in his early years. Okay? And then research Hunter. Hunter went to college, and did he go get a job in the field of his degree, or did he get a job where he actually understood what he was doing? I mean, if you show up this morning and I hire you and I say, hey, I want you to build websites for my company, and you say, you know who my dad is? I think I could do that. Yeah, okay, you sit over there and I'll give you money just because you don't know what you're doing, but I know who your dad is. Really? So do the research on Hunter, okay? Do it. See if he followed in his dad's footsteps. See if he learned anything from his degree other than drug use in the military where he was dishonorably discharged. Go through the whole thing and then let them tell you Hunter made a mistake. And then let Biden tell you that the mistake Hunter made. See, what happens in the politicians, the family business is, for most, not all, the family business is just that. Corruption, that's how they make their money. I mean, we would all love to know how somebody goes in to a $174,000 a year job or whatever it is, and they go in with a net worth of, they got a home worth $250,000, and they go in, and next thing you know, they come out and 12, 14, 16, 30 years of service to this country multimillionaires and living in a little bigger home than the $250,000 house they left to go represent you in Congress. That's right. So we've often wondered what that family business is like. So Hunter, there you go. Do the research. Did not follow in dad's footsteps. The nepotism there and the mistake there is corruption. Now let's look at actually the Trump children, okay? And let's go to, I have it here somewhere there. Let's go to, sorry about that. Hold on just a second. I got so many pictures I got to get to where I want. So number 51, did Biden make mistake letting son serve? Now let's go to, really quickly, sorry about that. Give me just a second. Number 53. Back in 2009, Ivanka Trump admitted to ABC News that she benefited from nepotism. I believe, that's 53, that of course nepotism got me in the door. I'd be silly not to say otherwise. So this woman was born into a family business, all right? Now, first of all, do the research. You could say whatever you want about the Trumps and the family, okay? But Donald Trump's dad built apartments. Donald Trump went to the apartments. He met the plumbers. Now, you've often wondered, why is he connecting with these people, okay? Now, Trump has always been wealthy, but, all right, his dad showed him where the wealth came from. Now, you can argue all day long the wealth came from the labor that was building these apartments. Well, then why didn't Trump pay for that labor? We'll get into that one of these days. It's not now. Stay focused. But Trump's dad introduced him to the plumbers, the electricians, the carpenters, the drywallers. It doesn't matter who, the people who worked at the gate. He went to the job sites. He knew what was going on there. He met the people on the ground. All right. Ivanka, now how much she did. Eric and Don Jr., same thing. They learned the real estate business. They learned the business from their dad. Okay. So obviously they did get to do things and go through doors in the family business that you and I are not able to go through. But the point I want to make is these kids, anytime the Trumps come up, one, they're not serving on any foreign boards of any foreign companies. Check that out. Two, check out when did they ever serve on a board of a foreign company. They are Trump, Trump, Trump. The kids are Trump, okay? And I don't know, you could research it, but my understanding, once he became president of the United States, the kids no longer have any input in any foreign deals for the business. They're not in anything whatsoever. But the three kids, now Tiffany is different, but the three kids for Trump that they're trying to bring up and parallel to Hunter Biden is nowhere close. And when they talk about nepotism, because they're trying to make it on the media sound like, oh, it's not a big deal. If you're listening to ABC radio at 9 o'clock this morning, you're going to hear a spin. They're spinning all day long how Hunter is no different than Ivanka, Don Jr. and Eric, and it's just nepotism, and he made a mistake, and he's not going to do it anymore. That's garbage. They're corrupt. The corruption is so deep over there in Ukraine with the Bidens, the Clintons, the Obamas, the oligarchs, corruption to the highest level, okay? Nepotism is not the problem here. And keep in mind, the Trump children, every time you talk about them, do the research. They learned through the family. Donald Trump said nepotism. I'm going to tell you something. If you're in a family business, you're going to treat your kids different. You are. You're going to treat your kids different, and you're going to treat you're going to treat your kids different, and you're going to treat you're going to give them things and opportunities that others are not going to get. Now, one more thing on this, and I'm going to take another break here in just a minute. I want to talk to about Bernie, and I want to talk about actually Democrats having been put on the spot to say they like a Republican, how that didn't go well. I want to talk about that. But also, when they go to attack number 50, Ronna McDaniel, okay, that's her name, okay? And, you know, a lot of people think that, what's her name down there in Alabama, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I've been told several times that I shouldn't say Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I should say Sarah Sanders, okay? Former press secretary for Donald Trump, President Trump. Ronna McDaniel used to have Romney McDaniel. Yes, politically, it's probably not good right now. And they're going after her about nepotism and saying the only reason she got the job was her uncle. Romney name may have helped elevate her through the channels, but do the research on Ronna McDaniel. Hard worker, deserves to be where she's at, is doing an outstanding job in the Republican Party, and is doing an outstanding job with Republican women across this country. So do the research before you attack. Is nepotism real? Yes. Do wealthy people or even middle class, small business owners, their children do better or not do better, get more opportunities to do things than some others? Yes. It's the world we live in. It's the reality we have, okay? Did Hunter Biden use his position to get a job to benefit him with nepotism? No. Hunter Biden was put in these positions with John Kerry, Rosemont Capital, Devin Archer, Barack Obama, the whole list of criminals, corrupt criminals in Ukraine. And Hunter Biden was put in the position to extract this money to be used for his dad, okay? Corruption, not nepotism. Like to see the poll on that. Let's take a brief break. We'll come right back. Let's take a little longer break, and we'll come right back. And I want to talk about, what if you were asked, do you like a Democrat? What if I said, do you like a Democrat? Do you know one? Okay. I'm going to make the question answer really quick and really clear and get it right out there. But last night, putting them on the spot. Have you ever seen a Republican you can actually sit next to and watch a football game with? We'll be back right after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sorry about the lighting this morning. I will work on that. But there are the ways you can contact us. There's a phone number for the show, email, and social media way to follow us. Now, hold on, I was looking for something. All right, so Adam Schiff does not think we need to see this impeachment inquiry. So there's a lot of other shows out there. Some get 3 hours a day, and some have a much deeper research department. Now, I read the articles surrounding the impeachment and other things going on. I just don't have time to turn them into a chronological order and put them up on the screen. So I certainly hope that this audience, and I know you are, out there researching and looking for yourself on what things mean so you can answer people. Now, the nepotism, the reason I probably went over the top with a lot of time there is you need to be able to answer that. And you need to be able to ask people, where's the actual polling data? What American people want. Every single day we get from the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media, what they want to lead us to believe is what the American people want. Think about it. Every day. New polling. This is what the American people want, so you must want it too. Right? Chosen questions and polling samples that do not reflect America. Right? Every day we have a media that wants to tell you this is the front runner in this presidential debate for the Democrats, although not one vote has been cast. Okay? Not one. But they want you to think, oh, Elizabeth must be my candidate. Now, last week, and this sent a lot of the candidates into a tailspin, just absolute tailspin. So last night, let me see if I can find the question. Hang tight. Okay. See if I can find it. Let me see. Hold on a minute. There's a couple things I want to get into. Give me just a second. Hopefully I can find this. Is there anybody? Yes. What's his name was on the stage last night? Tom Steyer. He was on the stage. Didn't get much airtime. I wonder how many of these candidates will actually come out and say something about, hold on, impeachment. Bernie Sanders lived. I don't have one, but we'll go here. The last question of the night basically is, do you have, let's go with number 54. Let's talk about it in a minute. So a couple of weeks ago, I don't know what CNN was trying to do there. Now, a couple of weeks ago, George W. Bush and Ellen DeGeneres, George W. Bush as the liberal moderate president of the United States. Sorry, I'm not a George W. fan, but he had the symbol Republican in front of his name for 8 years. And we have to hate. So we really see the CNN is like last night, look, we need to close, but we don't want to do climate change because you've already got a multi-trillion dollar plan, healthcare plan that nobody will talk about paying for, that nobody's going to vote for. We can't throw climate change in there right now, and kids in cages is not selling, okay? What we want to do is give you an opportunity to say that you're not the party of hate, And they are. They're the party of hate. Because last week with this picture, or 2 weeks ago or whatever, George W. is sitting there and Ellen DeGeneres. And I guess what I would figure to be the owner's box, Jerry Jones. I think it was a Dallas Cowboys game. And I'm just trying to figure out why wouldn't anybody go watch the Cowboys to begin with. But so anyhow, big outrage. They are the party of hate. Democrats cannot talk to you. They cannot say they like a Republican. They cannot say that one Republican idea or anything in Washington is okay, that they can support. They look to little bipartisan bills that they want to highlight and say they put their name on. Nothing. Party of hate. Now, several slobbered over John McCain. All right. John McCain. I think, let me just put her picture up. If I remember right, right here I have one. Let's see. They all were finding friends. Cory Booker, none of them were actually pinpointing any one Republican, okay? And that was the question. And so right here, Gabby Gifford, I know I have her somewhere. We'll go with that. Not Gabby Gifford. I apologize. Right here, number 11. All right. Klobuchar from Minnesota slobbered all over John McCain. And in this question, Tulsi Gabbard, let's give her number 44 right now. Number 44, she actually had the nerve to say Trey Gowdy. That's right. She said Trey Gowdy. She didn't get invited to any shows this morning. She is being boycotted and trying to take down by the New York Times and CNN, which was there last night. The New York Times also, they're trying to take her down. She got along with Trey Gowdy. Hell, you say. The party of hate. She got along with the guy that's supposed to be on Trump's personal attorney list for this impeachment inquiry that he can't be on till January because Fox has lobbying rules that you can't lobby or take another job like supposedly that for so long after leaving Fox News or whatever the case may be. So contractually, he can't jump on the impeachment train defense, Donald Trump's defense impeachment train at this time, but she mentions Trey Gowdy, okay? So I found a little clip of how awkward this question was last night, all right? And this is how awkward the question was. This is, for me, the first thing when I saw this.
Republican sources say notice.
Sorry about that. When I saw this last night, I said to myself, how awkward is this question? And what are they feeling right now? Hold on, I got to find the website that has something open that is playing music. And found it. Got to get it off there. So anyhow, let's play this clip right now of how awkward it was last night when asked if you've ever seen a Republican you like. Play that clip.
Why can't you make everybody happy and shake hands with this kid?
Please.
Shake hands with him. Good. Look at him. Look at him.
If I look at him, I won't shake hands.
Look at him. Good.
I'm sorry, folks. I know that was silly, but that's how I felt. It was awkward last night for Democrats when they tried to answer a question. They are the party of hate, absolutely the party of hate. They could not say, they love to say reach across the aisle. They never say reach across the aisle to who, okay? Never. So they like to say that, but they don't want to say it out loud. There's a sound bite this morning with Tulsi Gabbard saying, hey, I get along with Trey Gowdy. There's a sound bite. They don't like that. It's 9:30. One of the toughest questions last night, there was no tough questions, but this one right here, it was funny. I enjoyed it because here we go. They were mad. They're so mad this morning. Julian Castro, number 46. Julian Castro says 3 hours. No questions tonight about climate, housing, immigration. Climate change is existentially threat. Sorry. America has housing crisis. Children are still in cages at the border. But you know, Ellen, we got to ask a question about Ellen. Very upset about that question. Here is a tweet from Kamala Harris, number 47. Let's go 47. 3 hours, not one question about climate crisis, not one question about the LGBTQ rights, not one question about immigration. These issues are too important to ignore. Dem debate. Not one question. They were ready on the LGBT. So let me take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about impeachment. I promise. Short break, impeachment, and run through last night some things and a big endorsement, a very, very big endorsement that's happening today. May have already by the time I get off the air. But take a short break and we'll be right back.
1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella-J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella-J, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, folks, we're back again. I am so sorry inside here for the camera. I think what happened is I had the camera. I will work on lighting today, so I apologize for that there's a blur here and the lighting's a little off in the room. So I will work on that today so it doesn't happen tomorrow again. I'm your host, BKP. Let's show everybody. You have it there on the screen. Now, Bernie is going to get a big endorsement today, and this finishes Bernie's campaign off. It will get the radicals. I don't know. Let me say here, what if? Let's throw this out here, and let's be ready for it, okay? And when I say let's be ready for it, what if the little gay guy, what's his name again? Mayor Peter Pan Buttigieg. What if Peter Pan Buttigieg wins Iowa? Now, Iowa's a caucus, and you could study that. I understand the caucus. I don't think I can bring it to you the way I need to, and I'll try here in the next couple of days to see how I can present that to you. Iowa's is still a caucus for Democrats in a primary. You have to have a strong if you want to jump out of the box to win the first one, if you want to get the news cycle, and if you want to be the one that won Iowa, and what will you do the following Tuesday, I think it is, in New Hampshire, you have to put money and a ground game in Iowa for your caucus. You have to have somebody at every caucus station, and you got to convince the people that come into the caucus to cast their vote for you. And long story short, it takes a strong ground game in Iowa to win, but it can be worth it. Okay, it can definitely be worth it to especially a Pete Buttigieg if he comes out and it's not Joe Biden, and it's not. There's times when a Joe Biden or Hillary, they don't put into it what maybe they should. But that being said, if you want to come out that night as the winner, if you want to come out with the news cycle, if you want to come out with, and see your polling numbers go way up in the next primary, okay, you win Iowa. So it's possibly, what if Buttigieg, boots on the ground? I just had a picture of a bunch of gay guys in boots on the ground in Iowa. Anyhow, his gay brigade, that's what I should call them, the gay brigade. That's wrong, that's just wrong. That's bad. So if Buttigieg has the right gay brigade on the ground in Iowa, he may win. And his polling numbers may go up between there and New Hampshire. So a new poll may come out and he may be neck and neck with Bernie or neck and neck with somebody. And then he goes in New Hampshire and he does well. He doesn't win, but he does well. Do you really think that the black vote in South Carolina, well, I think a little gay boy's picking up some steam. We might have to take another look at the little gay boy time he gets there in South Carolina. Was that wrong? Should I not have done that? I don't care, okay? So if you really think that Buttigieg could win Iowa and pick up steam and have his numbers do really well in New Hampshire, that the black voters are going to say, I tell you what, that little gay boy's coming on strong. I don't see it, okay? I don't see that happening. All right. So I can't see. Then if Buttigieg picks up steam, loses in South Carolina, then you're going to have the media let us know how racist we are in South Carolina and homophobic. We're homophobic. They done called me a homophobe. Wilbur, you on the line? I was watching the news this morning. They said we all homophobes. What in the world is that, Wilbur? What the hell is a homophobe? Why are they calling me that? I know I get silly sometimes. That's the way I think. All right. It's crazy as hell. All right. But yes. So what if Buttigieg and the gay brigade win Iowa, but New Hampshire goes to Elizabeth Warren because New Hampshire is like New Jersey to New York. I mean, really, it's like the bedroom community for Boston and Massachusetts where she's a senator. So what if, again, she wins that? And then what if you go to South Carolina and Biden wins that one? Just saying. So Bernie may do well and keep things stirred up and get enough votes and position himself in certain places with none other than, well, Bernie lived. And I have to tell you, hey, the guy was on stage for 3 hours last night. To me, he's the winner of last night's debate. The guy lived. That's all there is to it. He had a heart attack 10 days ago. He got some stents put in. He took a chill pill. He rested. He's got a little money in the bank, right? Because he's got some money in the bank. So he took a chill pill. He rested. And now he's back out on the campaign trail. So let's go. I'm not talking about the front runner yet. And I will get to that in a minute. So here's Bernie last night, number 32. Here's the Jew, the poor Brooklyn Jew. Grew up a poor Jew in Brooklyn. Yes, it's there. That's what Bernie's problem is in the world, okay? He's a Jew. That's not a problem, folks. Don't say anything. Relax. Bernie's problem is he's a poor Jew from Brooklyn. And you've never been to Brooklyn if you don't understand there's poor Jews. That's who Bernie is. Bernie doesn't like the rich Jews over on Wall Street. He doesn't like the rich Jews. He grew up a poor Jew. Look, I'm just telling you the truth. You can dislike this show if you want. So Bernie is getting ready to get what? He may have done it today while the show is going on. Hang tight. I got it here somewhere. Where's the little Jews group of friends? There he is, number 6. Representative Ocasio-Cortez to endorse Bernie Sanders. Yes, Bernie's the winner. He's got the squad, joins progressives Talib Omar supporting Sanders over Warren. The squad, baby. He's going to have them in his pocket here. They're going to endorse and campaign for if he's down and out and he doesn't feel good, the squad will take over. There you go. Bernie's the winner of last night. I know you stop saying that. Damn it, stop saying that. I can't help it. I tell you what, he's taking advantage of you people in America, just like the rest of the politicians. Absolutely. He is raking it in. He's a multimillionaire capitalist pretending to be a socialist in a world that continues to send him money for lying like that. And he's got three broads. They're three broads. Holy smokes, okay? Rashid Tlaib, Omar, and Ion Omar, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So he's got Michigan, New York, and Minnesota representing him. And Bernie had a heart attack, and he's on the campaign trail. Last night, 3 hours. I know he's my winner. But I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back and do pictures. Run through the pictures. Short break. We're going to run through all of my pictures, and I'm going to give you a little brief how I feel about some of these candidates. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm your host, BKP. Let's wrap this up this morning. Let's run through the new front-runner status. Now, a couple things about the impeachment. I want to go through CNN, number 3. We're going to run through the pictures. Pence and Pompeo dispatched, where we're talking about, to Turkey. Okay, that's number 3. They're headed over to Turkey. I am following that. I am not doing any stories concerning Syria. Now, Tulsi Gabbard last night says, wait a minute, this happened in 2011. Oh, is she in trouble? She threw out 2011. Number 4, okay, automation. Now, number 4 is Andrew Yang. They started talking about automation last night and what's going to happen when, you know, you've got tractor trailers going down the road with nobody driving them. Yang, it's difficult to talk about because Yang is actually outside of wanting to give everybody $1,000 a month. You're all cheering out there. Where's my grand? Okay. He wants to give out the grand candy bar every month to every American outside of basic income. You heard basic income last night. Now, I'm going to tell you 3 truths that the Democrats have out there. They don't like it, but it is out there. Basic income is one of the truths. We'll get to the other 2 in a minute. They believe in it. They want you to have a basic income. So here's number 5. Candidates take on automation and basic income. One study estimates a quarter of U.S. jobs could be lost to automation. Okay. I was in a business roundtable last week that, as I said, you know, we cannot get people to work and we are not educating. If these Democrats are telling you the truth and they're concerned about automation and they're concerned about getting the workforce, we always hear the workforce ready for the next generation, then what they really should do is stop the brick and mortar at these schools, grade schools, middle schools, high schools, turning them into community college campus. They should stop all of that and start focusing how to educate, okay? How to educate our workforce for the new jobs of the next century, you know, for the next generation, I don't know what all I'm saying this morning, but I'm serious. Last week, you know, listen, I'm going to tell you the number one, don't get upset with me. The problem right now with trade schools and learning a trade is moms. I have to whisper. Moms do not want to hear that their kid's going to go to trade school. They want their kid to grow up to go to college. I just got in a lot of trouble, but it's true. All right. Basic income. All right. Here's the other one. Just roll through it. Number 6. Bernie's going to get the death touch of the kiss of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez today. Number 7. Candidates take on automation and basic income. One study. There you go. All right. Trade school. Number 8. The first debate since impeachment inquiry. This is the camera shot all night. Elizabeth. Joe Biden offers forceful defense for his son who had job in Ukraine. What we really need to look into here is the corruption with Donald Trump and impeaching him and getting him out. And Hunter, I dropped him off at a babysitter before I got here tonight. Okay, here it is again, another shot. Number 9, Joe Biden and his forceful, passionate plea that Hunter's a good little boy, okay? Number 10, spotlight on Warren as Democrat debate. All right, Warren is there. There's Peter Pan Buttigieg. They cannot get Elizabeth Warren to tell you how she's going to pay for trillions, and I mean trillions of dollars of new government programs. Can't get it. And Buttigieg says, hey, Elizabeth can't answer a yes or no question. Here's Amy Klobuchar, number 11. Centrists take aim at progressive Senator Amy Klobuchar last night said, Elizabeth, the American people want to know who's going to get the invoice. Best line of the night. Nobody is probably looking at that. I said it earlier. I said it in the beginning of the show. Amy Klobuchar said just exactly all of these Democrat plans. Who is going to get the invoice? Who gets it? I mean, you know, the Democrats are like 12 people at a table. That's serious. They're like 12 people. They got a table at, who do we want to give free advertising to this morning? 12 people got a table. It's Olive Garden. Let's give it to them. They may not want to know that Democrats are hanging out there. But they got a table of 12, and the waiter's going around. Now, I'm serious. The waiter is going all the way around the table of 12 to see who's going to take the check. The Democrats don't say they're going to take the check and take the money out of your pocket to pay for it. They just keep talking. You know the old keep talking move when the check comes? You just keep talking and say, all right, I'm going to filibuster. It's the pay for the meal filibuster until somebody says, hey, give me that check. Seriously, you know it. I know it. Hell, I know how to pull that one off. But anyhow, they're like 12 Democrats sitting around a table. Nobody will take the check. Amy Klobuchar is actually the one that had the nerve to say, Elizabeth, people want to know who's going to get the invoice, who's going to pay the bill. It's going to come out of your pocket. Number 12, there is Tulsi Gabbard getting her looks in at Elizabeth. Here at number 13, spotlight on Warren as Democrat debate. All right. She's top in the polls. Here's Joe getting his look at Elizabeth, number 14. Elizabeth, I helped you. I went to the floor. Got votes for your bill. I'd like to thank Barack Obama. Ooh, that was cold. That was cold and cruel. All right. CNN set up the Equality Town Hall. Remember to get Cox to ask a question to Elizabeth about same-sex marriage when we found out Cox is a super donor to Elizabeth Warren's campaign, a lot like CNN and Como did not know that already. Corrupt network, big time. Joe's looking like, all right. Give me this is number 16. Elizabeth takes a major heat at the Democrat debate. Wonder if that was set up. Just wonder. Number 17, impeachment inquiry. Rudy and Pence say, hell no, they will not participate. Number 18, debate night, debate fight. Look at the three. That's the way they tried to frame it last night. They tried to frame it like that. Now, the interesting thing on the next debate, will Elizabeth Warren be center square? Or will Charles Nelson Riley right there continue to be center square? You got to understand that. You got to go and understand that. Or will, what was his name? It used to be Paul what? Whatever. Center square. No, that's Mayor Buttigieg. That would be center square. Paul, what was his name? Number 19. I was told to lie low about Ukraine. Number 19. Number 20. I was told to lie low about Ukraine. Lie low. Now, let me tell you just real simple with the Ukrainian situation here. The only thing that the reason they consider it a problem is very simple. Trump does not do anything like the deep state. He does not follow their protocols. He does not follow their timelines. He does not follow their phone call making phone calls. He's the kind of guy who says, get so-and-so on the line. And there's a little Poindexter that runs in. And I'm telling you, this is what's wrong. Is, hey, get so-and-so on. He's not allowed to dial the phone because they're afraid he might hit the wrong numbers, you know. Hey, I got the wrong number. Topeka? Who is this? I wasn't calling Topeka. Who is this? They don't want that to happen, right? They don't want a phone call to go to the wrong place. So they won't let the guy dial the phone. Get me so-and-so on the phone. Mr. President, some little Poindexter with a book comes in. Mr. President, and he's got a bow tie. That's not on the schedule. We do not have you scheduled to make a call at this time. It's not there. I didn't ask you if it's on the schedule. Pick up the phone, dial it, damn it. Get him on the phone. I want to talk to the guy for a minute. Oh, my God. And he runs outside, and this little Poindexter is dancing in his little loafers saying, he wants me to dial the phone. He wants me to dial the phone. It's not on the schedule. You don't understand. It's not on the schedule. And he wants me to do it anyway. What do I do? Am I a whistleblower? Am I officially now a whistleblower? Get me Adam Schiff on the line. That's the whole thing. The whole thing. He just doesn't do it like they do. All right, number 21. I can't get that back, folks. It's out there. Number 21, the little pansies with the daggone loafers. I got loafers. But, you know, I know how to have little pansies dance in them. Okay. And number 21, White House deploys non-compliance subpoena strategy. Number 22, Trump summons congressional leaders over Syria tonight. Schiff's not invited. Number 23, Trump summons congressional leaders over Syria. Source, Trump does not want House Intel chairman in the White House. You're not welcome. You're not coming to the White House, you jackass. You ain't nothing but a pencil neck geek, lying jackass, holding these behind closed doors. When you come out and you pass an impeachment inquiry, number 24, non-compliance with subpoenas, missed the deadline. Pence missed the deadline. Okay, number 25, White House deploys non-compliance subpoena strategy. Number 26, there's the smiling little black gay guy, Corey. Corey, just come out and say, I'm gay, and I am a fruity little guy. I must be tired. I got to take a nap. So number 27, here's Buttigieg looking at O'Rourke. Now, let me stop there for a minute. Number 28, and let me say what I just said. There's three things, okay? Income distribution. Now, the Democrats have finally come out, and they've got Andrew Yang, that has finally come out and said the truth, that he wants income distribution, but he wants to make it a monthly thing. You get a check. So this is something that the Democrats have been trying to hide under a veil for years to get the American people not to realize that they want to do that. But it's out there. Andrew Yang put it out there. That's one truth that is out there with the Democrats. All 12 of them would love to take income and redistribute it to you. Okay? You may like that. It does not work. Number 28, here's O'Rourke. How would O'Rourke enforce a mandatory buyback of AR-15s and AK-47s? Well, they tried to let 11 candidates, which it did not work out, go against him. So he's going to kick down your door, take your guns. Democrats want your guns. Now, there's a third truth that did not play last night unless I missed it. And the third truth is they want to take away the tax-exempt status for churches that do not follow civil rights guidelines. Now, if they could get the Supreme Court to make gay employment, this is big. He is ahead of the game here. Okay, three truths. The reason they put truth number one, okay, of automatic income distribution, they think you may like it. Buying votes has always worked. So what if we give you $1,000? So they put that on the debate. The reason they put this on the debate is hoping that enough candidates would come out against O'Rourke and try to smash down the truth about Democrats that they want to hide. That's why this made the debate. And the reason this made the debate is O'Rourke really does. All Democrats want to take your guns. That's another truth that O'Rourke. The other one, the reason the church, the tax-exempt status for churches did not come out last night in this debate is they want to be patient, okay? Because that's going to come out if the Supreme Court, if they say yes or no, no matter what, Civil Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, if the Supreme Court follows through and says employers cannot discriminate against gay, transgender, whatever the hell, and they make them in the equality of employers in the Civil Rights Act, that's when churches will lose. They will lose their tax-exempt status if they hire the church secretary and don't give the lesbian a second look. Who's ever give a lesbian a second look or a second chance at the resume or a second look at the resume? Whew, that was deep. I'm telling you, third truth, and they're coming at it. Number 29, let me end with this. I know it's 10 o'clock. Does there need to be bipartisan support for impeachment? This is Tom Steyer. Need to impeach. Did he break out? Did he become noticed? I think last night all he had to do is be noticed. I think it's a win if he got noticed. I think he did get noticed. I do think he articulated, not that I like him. And Amy Klobuchar acknowledged him by saying, even the billionaire on the end does not want to protect billionaires. So I think he got noticed last night. Maybe all he needed was to get noticed. Let's see if I have anything else. I got one that I really want to put out there that I want to run, and we'll close the show. So number 43. This is what Armando to this is man-to-man. This is man-to-man combat right here. Now the real man here is Tulsi Gabbard, and here's the little gay guy, Peter Pan Buttigieg, okay? And she is looking over at him like, I'm the soldier, okay? You're the don't ask, don't tell guy in a uniform. Do not lecture me. You got it? I'm the real soldier here. I will come over and kick your little gay ass. How can I end like that? But I will. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. BKP. Good morning from the office. Take us out of here, Destiny. Sorry for the closer.